Welcome back to my LEGO vlog. It's just a few days until Christmas, and I figure what better time than now to build this set that I've really been looking forward to. This is LEGO Creator Set 10245, Santa's Workshop. As every LEGO enthusiast knows, every great build starts with an unboxing, so that's what we're going to do next. Take it back to my workbench here, and we're going to unbox this thing. First things first, if you're not familiar with Santa's Workshop, this in my opinion is one of the greatest holiday sets that LEGO's put out in recent times. This set is 883 pieces and of course includes Santa's Workshop, but in addition to that, you also have his sleigh, you've got reindeer, you've got elves, the elves workbench, the little toys they're working on, a Christmas tree, this really cool string of lights which I think is neat, and if you flip it over to the back, there's a lot of playability to this, specifically inside Santa's Workshop. It opens up and he has his chair up top, which you can see over here, and there's some more stuff with the elves. This is just an awesome set, and I think this is probably one that is going to be a classic. Now for the fun part, let's break into this thing. 2 pieces of tape on the side. I think the best way to do this is just going to be to dump. Awesome. I just had some camera difficulties, but I am back. The only thing that I opened up was this bag, and that includes the manual. Obviously, a lot of bags came out. They're all labeled from 1 to 3, and those numbers correspond with parts of the build. So number 1 is going to build the sleigh and the reindeer. Anything labeled number 2 is the first half of the workshop, and number 3 is the other half of the workshop, and also the conveyor belt with the toys for the elves. They're considering this an expert build, but I guess we'll see. In terms of the bags, let's kind of lay these out. So this is a 1, and this is a 2, a 3. This is kind of crazy. These are 2s. Alright, so that is a look at all of the stuff from this. I'll show you each of the bags in a little more detail just so we can kind of see what's inside. Alright, we'll slide the 2s aside. This is all of the 1s. There's 3 bags. And it's kind of crazy because this could probably be a set within itself. Just there's the first bag one, that's a larger bag. You can see the Santa torso in there. I'm not going to open these up just yet because I kind of want to keep them separate so I don't get everything all confused. Then here's the second bag one. Some smaller pieces in there. I see a mini figurehead. Again, this is all the stuff. There's a electric guitar. That's pretty awesome. Don't have one of those in my collection just yet. And then here you got the smaller pieces. So that's everything to build the sleigh and the reindeer all in one section. We go on to 2. This is a part of the workshop, just the first half. There's actually a bag inside this one, and there I can see more torsos in there. I think that's Mrs. Claus, and just a lot of pieces. I mean, this is one of the bigger sets that I've done recently. There's 2 other bags for 2, and then we get to 3. This is the other half of the workshop, and also parts of the conveyor belt. So lots and lots of stuff in there. This is going to be crazy. And then we got these 2 little black pieces here. I think this is for the sleigh. This is to hook all the reindeer together. So that should be kind of interesting. And I think we have some stickers here as well. So obviously I have my work cut out for me building Santa's Workshop, but I think this is a great Sunday afternoon build right before Christmas. My wife is in the kitchen making cookies, and it's just going to be glorious. So I'm looking forward to this. I will take you through each bag when I get done with it. So we'll do 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll finish it out with a final review when it's all done. So my wife and I are building this set together. She right now is upstairs finishing up on the final steps from the first bags, which is putting the reindeer together. And I came downstairs to get the second bag when I noticed something that I didn't see when I was unboxing this, and that's that there is a second manual. She has the original one that I showed you earlier upstairs right now, and this is the stuff for the second bag, which is really awesome because I can start on this while she's finishing that. And I think this also has number 3 in it as well. If I go to the right page. Yeah, so there's 3, so you can kind of have 2 people building this simultaneously. So I will take this stuff upstairs and get started on that, and when she's finished with the final steps, I'll show you what the first thing looks like. Here's a look at everything that you build from bag 1. We'll start with the small stuff and work our way up. The first thing is the mini reindeer with its little reindeer horns at the top, and the head actually moves, and the tail also moves as well. So just a little one. Next thing is the North Pole sign. That's a decal that's on the front of that. And then you got the wreath down below. Looks good. Next you have the Christmas tree. Fairly detailed. I'm used to building these from the advent calendar. This one is definitely a lot nicer, and it was a fun little build. It's got a little stand at the bottom so you can sit that there. And then of course the most important thing that came out of this is the Santa sleigh. First of all, you have the 4 reindeer. That was a little repetitive building those, but that's quite alright. They're connected by those 2 black poles that go back to Santa's sleigh, and Santa's sleigh is really awesome. What a lot of great detail on there. The back got the nice rounded. It's got the lanterns at the top. He's got his bag of goodies there, and also a bunch of presents in the back. And one of the coolest things that came from with this is the electric guitar, which I don't have in my collection, so that is a cool little addition. And that is bag 1. So next I'll show you everything that came from the second bag. Bag 2 is the first half of Santa's workshop. It's a charming little place. It comes with a Mrs. Claus minifigure. She's got a plate of cookies waiting there for you. She's got a red cape and a dress on, and it's got some nice detail to it. The building itself, really well done. Some things that I really like about it are these candy canes out front. You got the Santa's Workshop sign. That is a decal. The front has this really awesome clock on it, which I love. This door looks great. The whole front of it looks very inviting. But what's great about it is when you flip it around, back here, if I correct that a little bit, there's actually a little bit of playability to this. Inside the floor at the bottom there's a floor mat decal. It says, "Welcome, ho, ho, home," which is neat. And then you have the picture of Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. Move some lighting so you can see that. And then down below that is a fireplace. And if we go up inside the upstairs, that is Santa Claus's little workstation. He's got his seat there along with all kinds of letters waiting to be read. I guess there are everyone's Christmas list. There's a mug up there for his cocoa, and there's also a lamp. And you can see the flames coming off that, which is pretty cool. And this seat you can actually pop out of here, so that's a pretty decent throne. I like the dark green with the kind of like the maroon color. That's what the back looks like. I love that. And what's really cool about the outside of this too, out by the candy canes, I love this fireplace, or at least the chimney that goes up. It comes up here and then rotates over and then goes all the way up. And you got a little bit of snow detail too on the front. And I just like this stoop out front. It's really well done. I couldn't be more pleased with this first half of this build, so I'm really looking forward to building the second half. And then also that includes a lot of the elf stuff too, so I'll show you that as soon as I have it built. This third one I'm finishing in my studio by myself, and I thought it'd be good before I finish this just to show you the scope of these builds. I mean, this is 1/3 of it, and as you can see here, this is what I'm building out of this. But here are all the pieces that are involved with just the third part of this. So you can imagine what all went into building those two things, and then to put this together, that's a crazy build. This is huge. I just finished the third bag, and I have to say this is an awesome way to finish the set. So pleased. Again, we'll start with the smallest stuff first. Here you have the elves, all 4 of them. They all have different uniforms on. I love the different torsos, especially these 2 on the left right here. I think that's great. They all have the same head, but they all have different faces, so they all have kind of like their own little personality. Zooming out from them, we move over to the toy machine, and this is quite a little prop here. You got 2 toys that are coming out on a conveyor belt. There's some switches and some gadgets over here. You got some gauges. There's lights on the top. This thing spins around. A couple exhaust ports in the back. When I was building the set, I was like, what could that possibly be for? And then I finally got to this at the end, and I was like, okay, that's it. This side's a little plain, but again, that is a really cool little addition. I guess instead of having a car, this is what the set includes, and it works out perfectly. So that's what the elves will use for their building purposes. So I will slide them out of the way, and then we go to the final part of Santa's workshop. And this side is really awesome. You've got the lights going across the top right here, which I think is just fantastic. I love that from the first time that I saw this set. I was like, that is really cool. I never would have thought to do that. And then down here, you got the little walkway coming up leading to a door. The doors, each of the doors have a key inside of it. I'll show you what that looks like here. I just think that's so cool. So you put that inside the door hole, and the door obviously opens and closes. This door goes in. So I'll leave that as it is. This window construction was kind of unique right here. I liked the translucent red that's on the side, and then you have kind of like the same window style that's in all the other windows that are on it, but it was just an interesting way to build. Coming around the side, little bit of detail over here, not a whole lot. I mean, you got a couple lanterns and things like that, but when you spin it around, this is sort of like where the elves are going to work. This is where we finished the other set here, so this kind of walks its way over, and then inside, you've got, again, you have another little workbench down here that the elves can use, and there's some tools on the side of that. And not a whole lot else going in there. There's a little bit of space for everybody to stand. I don't have them in there right now, obviously. But that's what it looks like from the back. So very playable. You got this area, and you can move this up out of the way if you want to open the bottom part of it up. It looks really good. And lastly, here is a shot of the entire set. Look at that spread. This is a huge set, and it was a lot of fun to build. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. This is one of those sets I think that I'll come back to each year and rebuild. It'll be kind of like our Christmas tradition, and as my son gets older, we'll probably take over this together. I couldn't be happier with it. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.